Why is there a vaccine court? Let's look at the evidence. Google vaccine court, and we're going to look at the Health Resource and Service Administration under National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. So, VICP in short, it was created in 1980s after lawsuits against vaccine companies and healthcare providers threatened to cause vaccine shortages and reduce U.S. vaccination rates, which could have caused a resurgence of vaccine-preventable disease. I want to know more about that, so I did another Google search and look into Wikipedia. So the Office of Special Masters of the U.S. Court of Federal Claims, popularly known as Vaccine Court, administers a no-fault system for litigating vaccine injury claims. These claims against vaccine manufacturers cannot normally be filed in state or federal civic courts, but instead must be heard in the U.S. Courts of Federal Claims, sitting without a jury. It was established in 1986, the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program, by the U.S. Congress in response to a threat to the vaccine supply due to a 1980s scarce over DPT vaccine. Large jury awards had been given to some plaintiffs. Most DPT vaccine makers had ceased production, and officials feared the loss of herd immunity. And this information came from Sugarman, 2007, published in New England Journal of Medicine, and this is the DOI where you can find this article. And so I click on that DOI, and this is that paper. And you can read through the paper, but basically I read through it. It was the same as what was said in Wikipedia. So back to this page, it says several U.S. lawsuits against vaccine makers won substantial awards. Most makers ceased production, and the last remaining major manufacturers threatened to do so. Since 1988, the program has been funded by an excise tax of 75 cents on every purchased dose of covered vaccine. To win an award, a claimant must have experienced an injury that is named as a vaccine injury in a table included in the law within the required time period, or show a causal connection. So, why is there a vaccine court? The answer is because the pharmaceutical companies were sued out of business. The government worried that there would be no more vaccines, so they created a vaccine court so that pharmaceutical companies do not have to pay damages. But instead, the government collects a 75-cent tax on each vaccine sale and uses that tax to pay people who can prove a causal relationship between the vaccine and their illness. But that has to be within a certain time frame. That's it for this video. If you like this video, click subscribe.